I will see y'all when I see y'all. Welcome to the live, being in live. Oh. One in the room, not necessarily making themselves known, but hi anyway. Just getting started. Okie dokie. Two of y'all. Okay. Woo, two. Ooh, woo. Okay. Okay. Ooh. D's all in the building. What's cracking lacking, my dude? Same shit, different day. You know how it goes. Well, hey, Paul Martin, what's up, bruh? Real quick, hey, Paul, did you send me an invite on Facebook? Okay, don't take that no kind of way, bruh. I don't trust nothing on Facebook at all, 0%. But now that I know that's you and you, yeah, matter of fact, let me take care of it for you right now, my brother. Because it's been there for a minute. My bad, bro. I didn't know. Oh shit, it disappeared. You gonna have to send it to me again. Sure. What's up, bro? Y'all can't see the topic stuff when y'all come. I guess you can't. All right, not a problem. Today we are gonna be talking about the first ever Black superhero in Marvel Comics. I have been talking to different people in different settings, and people on social media want details. If you don't say something the right way, or if you just flat out say it wrong, people gonna come for you. I had a couple things, and I'm shocked that nobody here that rock with me noticed this video with questionable facts in it that I made, and that's not like me. So I took that video down because there was some erroneous stuff in it, and I don't want to be known as no brother that's putting out erroneous stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, you can only see the dates as usual as a title. You can't see the description? I guess that goes up after. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to be talking about the first ever Black superhero in Marvel Comics. We are going to be discussing, or kind of just coming to a consensus of that, facts included. We must always include facts, like y'all didn't know that. The most powerful Black superhero in Marvel Comics, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and D-Real is going to have an action figuring live for you guys. I got two figures I want to show y'all. One's from the Guardians of the Galaxy line, and the other one is from the G.I. Joe Classified line. Anywho, and also along with, I want to share a couple things with y'all about, I wouldn't necessarily call people I've been dealing with trolls, but people who have an agenda to tell me I need to get my shit right for when I get ready to talk to these white people and have my facts straight. I ain't gonna say that person was 100% off, but I ain't gonna say they was 100% right either, because every story gets told from a perspective. And they got a little, they got a little full of themselves towards the end of our interaction. But like I said, I came to the revelation the video didn't need to be up, so I took it down. But I will rehash the video. Well, not rehash, I guess remix would be a better way to put it, and take out all the stuff that's questionable and or people like what. Um, been seeing, yeah, T'Challa's important, but he's not that important because of XYZ comments these past 2 years. Yeah, he's important, but he's not that important. Nah, Ashura, I'm not on Cleopatra in Egypt no more because the people who was talking that trash done seen all of the information that's out there, or they're starting to see the information that's out there, and they're kind of drawing back. What I did get some blowback on today was my video about Larry Pearson. For those of y'all that don't know who Larry Pearson is the young brother in Lubbock, Texas, a couple of weeks ago that got 70 years for domestic abuse. Okay. I ain't saying the man ain't a criminal, but damn, shouldn't the punishment fit the crime? And I'm a racist for saying that the punishment should fit the crime? That a person doing that's a victim of domestic abuse, do they want somebody in jail for 70 years? Or was it the judge and the people in court that said we need to make an example out of him that put him in jail for 70 years? 70. The man's 36 years old. In 70 years, he'll be dead. But that is a fair sentence. Oh, if you put your hands on a woman, you deserve to die. He ain't learned nothing. And to say he will never learn or be able to be rehabilitated, you're writing him off. And he's already done time in jail. I mean, even if you're a 3-time offender, you only get 20 or 23 if we're being exact. Where the hell's 70 coming from? But of course, the man who told me I was a racist for saying this man doesn't deserve 70 years had on a cowboy hat and looked like he kicked a lot of doo-doo. So being called a racist by a racist, that ain't an insult to me. It's just like, okay, you. So that kind of stuff. Somebody else saying, oh, T'Challa's just a secondary character. T'Challa's just a backup character. And I could tell talking to this person, you OG, you old school. You ain't quoting nothing but stuff from the 70s, the 60s. You ain't saying nothing about no 90s or no. So that tells me you that OG, and there's nothing wrong with that. Bear in mind, with somebody being an OG and defending the OG way of life, okay. But to tell somebody, and I was kind of on one, so I had to check myself a little bit, but at the same time, it's like I don't like having exchanges with people who attempt to downgrade the statements I make while pumping the statements up that they make. Nobody's going to pay attention to that. This is my page. That's what people don't understand. You talking to me on my page. Okay? If I'm not kicking facts, say I'm not kicking facts and be done with it. If I am kicking facts and you trying to dispute the facts, or you trying to argue the facts, or you saying that fact ain't a fact, better bring receipts. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, you're going to get 10, 15 replies in one string. And I have decided my limit is 5. If a conversation goes beyond me, him, the 5th comment is going to be the final comment, and that's going to be me. So I'm not trying to go back and forth with people no more. If you looking for somebody to go back and forth with, or to kind of read the riot act to in statements, That ain't me. I'm not listening to it, and I'm not there for it. So just so y'all, I guess not listening and not being there is the same thing. Okay. Anyway, that's my thing. Yeah, D Steezel, boo boo kicker. Yeah, and that other cat, yeah, he wants to argue over semantics. Okay, but you got a page that's called Black Conspiracy Theories. So you looking for people who you think are a conspiracy theory. I know about that. Okay, you arguing Joe Louis was the first black character in a comic book. Joe Louis? Joe Louis? For real. And Waku, Prince of the Bantu. Disclaimer. No, I have not read a story about Waku, Prince of the Bantu, but I've seen this comic books that it's in, and all they are is what are they? Jungle Tales, magazines with white saviors in them, and you know what I mean, like those Jana of the Jungle and Karn and Tharn or Barn or whatever the white guy who lived in the jungle and carries a knife or a spear is. Okay, that's Tarzan. I'm not here for that. The only Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff I really rocked with was John Carter. And then they made a movie of John Carter and they just ruined that for everybody. So now nobody's ever gonna think about John Carter ever again. Okay, where we at? Troll, nope. I meant those people, not you. I don't know. Theo on his live last night was kind of speaking on it. So I guess he's still, in there punching them in their face. These 70 years. Yeah, Larry Crawford, Larry Crawford, I believe is the man's name. But let me all I gotta put in is 70 years in Lubbock. So he stabbed a sheriff deputy, is what they saying now. This is the information that came out after I did my video and Mr. Cowboy decided he want to say something to me. That's a different dude. I'm sorry. They just giving everybody 70 years? Oh, no, not the Caucasian man. He only got 30. So there's one that stabbed a police officer, apparently. But they ain't showing the one that was down for domestic abuse or whatever. Man who spit at Larry Pearson. Yes, like I said, Larry Pearson. This man got he didn't get 70 years for spitting at the police. He got 70 years because they coined him a career criminal and felt they had to make an example out of him. 36-year-old Larry Pearson in May 2022 got 70 years. I mean, that's when he was sentenced, but I guess he's been doing time in and out. So I don't know what that is. But for some, and then there's another man getting 70 years I just read because he stabbed a deputy. Now, okay, I could see that one, maybe, but 70 is the sheriff still alive? You know what I'm saying? If you stab somebody, yeah, that should get a nice fat sentence, but 70 years? That's excessive. I don't give a shit what you nothing short of murder will I go, okay? Because here in Anchorage, Alaska, you murder somebody, you convicted of murder, 99 years off the bat. They ain't asking no questions. You kill somebody, you going down, you ain't seeing no more light. This man didn't kill nobody. That's why I say that a 70-year sentence is freaking excessive for somebody who's just been convicted of a few counts of domestic abuse and a couple other things and spitting on a police officer. I ain't gonna say some police officers deserve to be spit on, but what's going on in the comments? Ray Smith in the building, sir. We gotta chop it up here in a minute. I'm gonna get at you. I got a couple for you. Oh, real quick, totally unrelated. This is for Mr. Ray Smith. Mr. Ray Smith, did you know that T'Challa did like a 3-issue stint as chairman of the Avengers in 1969? As of issue 63 through issue 65? Because he didn't show up for issue 66 and issue 67. He was in Wakanda. Okay, what's going on? What y'all talk about? Hello, folks. What's up, Kamoyo Kid? Yeah, you saw the 20+ exchange with that dude. And he decided to be my father. I was even willing to concede in some areas, but he just wanted, oh, you are a crime and you are. Stop that. What is that getting you? Oh, I'm trying to get you out here with these white folks. You are? So what am I right now? Anyway, you say you surprised he didn't mention Muhammad Ali versus Superman. Yeah, he was showing off. I get that. I mean, or maybe, he just wants to say, okay, I ain't no spring chicken, but so I'm gonna kick some knowledge to you too. But I didn't see no kickback on nothing about Lothar. Does he know anything about Lothar? That's a King Syndicate feature character from Mandrake the Magician. You talking to me like I don't know nothing. I might have had me a dull moment there, but don't get it twisted. I ain't no spring chicken, bruh. And don't talk to me like one. Like you trying to check somebody. You ain't checking nothing. And this is wide open. Here we are in a chat. You want to chat me up? Come chat me up. I understand. He kept saying, oh, I'm trying to school you. I'm trying to. Got it. Moving on. Who's John Carter? Oh, okay. These Diesel. Yeah. Princess. Look up Princess of Mars. Look up Warlord of Mars. Look up Ghosts of Mars. Not the Ice Cube movie. Mr. Cowboy is probably pro cop. You are probably right, Ashura, because he was sure it was. First of all, if you call me out of my name, you already lost me right there. I'm not listening to anything you say. And I don't care how mild or harsh the name is. You have just deactivated your chances of having a logical conversation with D-Real when you call me out of my name. And I don't care what that name is. If you ain't calling me D or D-Real or anything like that, you call me racist, you call me clown, you call me stupid, you call me ignorant, you call me anything other than what Wanda Akins named me or what I tell you to call me. We ain't having no conversation. We can have a conversation without calling each other out of our names because you're pro cop or because you're super redneck is irrelevant to me. Check yourself. I ain't the one got to get real. I'm already real pimping. You the one phony as a $2 bill with a cowboy hat talking about somebody's racist. Stop it. I ain't saying cowboy hats are racist. Don't. I ain't on that. See, I check because everybody like I've been learning in the past couple of days. Folks will mince your words, twist your words, or out and out ignore them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and D. Diesel, dude still didn't tell me who the first black superhero in Marvel Comics was. He took more time to twist my words than try to answer the question flat out. And since that, is the first topic of discussion, we are going to discuss it. Who, chat, no, sure you can't. Maybe I'll soften up on that over time. Some people can. Some people do it respectfully. Yeah, if it's done respectfully, sure. Yeah, I have a problem with it. Go read some John Carter. Do that. It's actually really good reading. Don't let that movie that Disney did throw you off. It's a very good universe. Very cool. Very, very cool. Or a cop. Or a cop. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree with that, Kamaya. Adashura, yeah, but bad. He said he wanted T'Challa recast, so being extra with everything else was unnecessary. I went and looked. My man ain't got no page, D. So he was just doing that because he thought it was going to get him visibility. It didn't. And after I looked at all them comments, I was just like, that's excessive. And that's yet another reason. Because you know what I said? I said in that video that Black Panther was the first Black superhero to get a self-titled book. I know I said something to that effect, and that isn't correct. Okay, he wasn't. If I'm not mistaken, Luke Cage was. So, I give you that one. But bruh, you's trying to make a name off of me. Yeah, all right. All right. You when people smile in your face, but then come at you another way after you kind of like, all right, this ain't an enemy. So it's like, okay, I don't know about you, bruh. Can we speak about racism in gaming by certain companies? DC Universe Online got real racist and it needs to be talked about. Okay. I am going to say this. I ain't up on that, Jeffrey Lane. If you want to slide something in the chat, or anybody wants to slide something in the chat about, or are we talking about all of these folks on PlayStation that's getting in trouble because they reviewing the chat and gonna hear all of these little white kids dropping N-bombs left and right? Is that what we're talking about? Kamal Kid said, I refer to you as the real one. Salute. I try. Yes, John Carter was very good. I mean, the books. The movie, to me, like everybody does, they took elements from Warlords of Mars, they took elements from Princess of Mars and Ghost of Mars, and tried to combine that into one movie, and they didn't do it well. It could have been done, but if you'd have did it like Lord of the Rings, probably would have turned out okay. But the way they did it, they tried to cram it all in a 2.5 hour movie, and you can't cram the mythos of John Carter in one movie. You just can't. Dynamite Comics for shout out, gotcha, for Dynamite Comics for keeping those characters around. Yeah. And those covers, oh my goodness, the covers, the Deja Thoris. I'm like, woo, okay, all right, that looked like a Vampirella comic book. Yeah, the lore is deep. Yeah, so that being, who's saying something about this racism in gaming? Who? Tell me, what else do I need to know? Y'all put me up on game. Because I ain't been doing a lot of gaming. I ain't gonna lie, I've been doing a lot of retro gaming when I do game. I play Diablo 3, waiting for Diablo 4. I know the beta's out, but I haven't messed with the beta yet. And there's a game called Kingdoms of Amalur: The Reckoning. And I've been replaying that because I played it on the PlayStation 3, but now they got it. It's called Re-Reckoning, and they got it for the 5. So I've been rocking with that. So I haven't really been on, stuff like, NBA 2K and Call of Duty and that kind of stuff where you exchanging chat with folks, if that makes sense. But what I do want to get off into, okay, I ain't gonna get off into it. Y'all dropping comments. What are y'all talking about? Okay, Jeffrey Lane said that one DLC that DC Universe Online had for Static and Milestone doesn't have any characters from Milestone at all. Dakota City is Gotham City in the daytime. Where are the black male protagonists in gaming? Lately, yeah. Where are the black male protagonists? If you don't make your protagonist black, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna have one. What's that game called? Bespoken? Isn't that supposed to be African American gal or gal of Afrocentric descent? Yeah, apparently it is. Come on, yo, kid. You just echo my sentiments, what I said. Okay, I want to play Jedi Survivor, but I gotta cop a next gen system. Okay. Yep, that game got yeah, I didn't even bother with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bother with it. It didn't. There was nothing about it that jumped out at me and made me say, I want to play Bespoken. Paul Martin, would you say you want blacks in gaming? Got to play the sports games. And that is sad. That is so sad. The reused old maps from the game. So basically, instead of making Dakota City, they just reused city skins. Yeah, because Dakota looks nothing like Gotham at all. They shouldn't even be remotely similar. Where's the Black Panther? When's the Black Panther video game coming? I don't know. And I don't think when they do drop one, it's going to be very favorable by the fans. I don't think the fans of Black Panther or fans of, well, maybe fans of video gaming, but fans of Black Panther in general, I don't think will give it a very favorable review because I don't think much thought will be put into a Black Panther game. In the city, they have a pride area in the game and a street that says Black Lives Matter. Okay. D, I would have to message you fully on Twitter to explain it all. So there's more than one racist thing going on in DC Universe Online. Okay, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, you can create your own black character. Also in Kingdoms of Amalur, The Reckoning, Re-Reckoning, you can have a black character as well. So I'm playing with a black character on that. And I play with the Witch Doctor and the Monk on Diablo 4. So the Witch Doctor is clearly, but the Monk, he talks like he's like Slavic or Russian. I'm like, how you got a Kung Fu monk with a Russian accent? Oh, well. You were mocking the idea that the game would be made. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know what a mocking emoji looks like, so I have to take each comment in the chat at face value, sure. So if you're being sarcastic or you're mocking, how do I tell that unless it's blaringly obvious? How do I tell that in the chat? I'm not knocking it. That is a genuine pregunta, por favor. What else? They spent 5 months making the DLC too. The new creator of Milestone made the DLC. I forgot his name. Main character, black protagonist. There are Asian Russians. Look up the band Otaiken. No, I'm not saying there aren't Asian Russians, Kimoyo Kid. I'm saying monks that study martial arts with Russian accents? Are there those monks like Shaolin, that level of they got kung fu monks in Russia? That's a new one on me. Okay, I am open to learning. I am open to knowledge being kicked. If there are for real Russian kung fu monks in Asia, then or in Russia, thumbs up. I like that. I do. So now my character doesn't look silly anymore to me. Who is the new creator or runner of Milestone right now? Isn't he a writer? Like a writer, or a writer like he writes stuff? Milestone Comics 2023. Boom. Milestone Comics is Black History Month. Is Chuck Brown ain't over Milestone now, is he? I know Chuck Brown did a thing for Black History Month for Milestone in DC, but I don't think Chuck Brown is over Milestone. At the Come On Kid, I'm a big Star Wars fan too. I like Fallen Order, but apparently the sequel has bugs that need patching. He messed up Static and Icon and Rocket. Icon and Rocket. Well, here, you should Icon and Rocket reboot. Icon and Rocket reboot. Oh, Reginald Hudlin. Reginald Hudlin is doing Icon and Rocket. I guess they can't all be Black Panther Reggie, huh? I personally, the only Milestone comic I've read of the rebooted stuff is Hardware. I haven't read Static or Icon and Rocket yet. I want to pick up that Static action figure from DC Multiverse, and we'll be getting into some action figuring here a little later on in the show. Y'all sit tight. Let's see. I have a question, but I wonder if I should wait after all topics are said and done. Yes, you should, because I haven't gotten to my first topic yet, and we're 30 minutes in. On a slight tangent, 22 WAD Cage's 50th anniversary. Did Marvel do any? No, Marvel did not do anything special for Luke Cage's 50th anniversary. He got to become mayor, and then they even downplayed that shit. So, no. They rebooted Static's origin, which really dates the book, in my opinion. And then that video is floating around with that clip of an episode of Static where Virgil's over his boy's house and his daddy, we find out his dad is racist. That's been making the rounds in my universe. But hey, let's get on these topics because they ain't gonna be hard to rock out. And we should be finished in record time. All right. First ever Black superhero in Marvel Comics. Talk to me, y'all. Who is the first ever Black superhero in Marvel Comics? First ever. First ever Black superhero. Is that what? Somebody said that. Okay, let's get into that. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Paul, you get the comment of the day. Okay, so I am going to look up the word superhero for you. And I will answer your question by saying depends on who you ask. Okay? All right. Definition of superhero is a character that typically possesses superpowers, abilities beyond those of ordinary people, and fits the role of a hero, typically using his powers to help the world become a better place. Based on that definition, is that Gabe Jones? And when I was talking to that black conspiracy theorist dude, and I asked him who was the first black superhero in comics, my man said Joseph Robertson. Joseph Robertson, Gabe Jones, and Waku, Prince of the Bantu. Them first black superheroes. That leaves out most of the Bat family, Green Arrow, etc. It said abilities beyond those of ordinary people. Assura. So that will cover technology, gadgets, blah, 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 all that. But my question was, is that Gabe Jones? Does Gabe Jones in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos fall into that category? Because Gabriel Jones was introduced in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, a World War II comic book. So there's not going to be anything beyond the abilities of ordinary people in a World War II comic book, generally. What? So how is Gabe Jones the first black superhero in Marvel Comics? That's what I'm asking. That's what I want. I'm not disproving it. I'm just, maybe I am disproving it, but I'm saying, if we're saying Gabe Jones was the first black superhero in Marvel Comics, what does that make T'Challa? The second? Because now, I tell you something else. If you go and Google who was the first black superhero, who was the first African superhero, and who was the first African American superhero, 3 different responses. Some Google searches say Falcon was the first black superhero. Now, if you've read that Captain America comic book, and you know there was a comic book before that had T'Challa in it, and he was more of a superhero at the time than the Falcon was, are we going to say Falcon was the first black superhero? Falcon was probably the first African American superhero in Marvel Comics. But see, now we're differentiating, aren't we? Between black and African American. But when you see all of them people together in a room, you lump them together, don't you? Ain't no difference unless it's just like a real dark jet black Sudanese black person. Then we want to differentiate. But if it's 3 people who look like me in a room, same complexion as me, similar complexion as me, and you ain't heard none of them speak, and they ain't wearing no cultural clothing, how are you going to define those three people? What y'all talking about in comment? Hey, what's up, Theo? Did the spy brother from the Secret Six in DC proceed to T'Challa? Paul Martin, I will rephrase the question. Who was the first black superhero in Marvel Comics? Not talking about DC. Steve Rogers is a superhero, but Bucky Barnes, pre-Winter Soldier, wasn't. Yes, post-Winter Soldier. Post-Winter Soldier. Okay. I'm reaching, and this is a reach. For a kid in the comics, do the abilities that Bucky have give him extraordinary skill? I'm reaching. I know I'm reaching. So is it just powers that make a hero a superhero? See, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have issue with that definition. And I guarantee you, I can go to Merriam, I can go to another and they'll have an entirely different definition. So my question is, who has the correct definition? And whose definition do we follow? Do we follow that definition based on fact or based on opinion? Let's look up another definition of superhero, shall we? Another definition of superhero: a benevolent fictional character with superhuman powers such as Superman. By that definition, there's about 70% of the Marvel universe and almost as much of the DC universe does not qualify as a superhero according to that definition right there. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on what definition you choose to go with. I think the definition that talks about powers and abilities is a more apt definition. And by that definition, pre-Winter Soldier Bucky is not a superhero. Sorry, not sorry. If we going by definition of powers and abilities, the abilities that Bucky had, Bucky struggling with Nazis. Pre-Winter Soldier. Bucky struggling with Hydra henchmen. I ain't saying he getting beat up, but it's taking everything little teenage Bucky got to take these mugs down, whereas Captain America is just diving in to platoons of them and bowling them over. As a retcon, it's Blue Marvel. We know differently. Okay, again, retcons don't count. We ain't talking retcons. We talking normal continuity of comic book progression. Marvel saw they was lacking in the 2000s and decided to give us one. And that one's going to come up in a little bit too with my next question. But right now, we rocking this out because y'all done. Is peak human? Hey, Mario, what's up? Mario asks, is peak human a superpower? I think you answered your own question, Mario. No, it's peak human. Well, Batman ain't a superhero. I'm willing to go with that. Batman's a vigilante. What's super about Batman? I mean, high intellect. Is that a skill that we could consider? Okay, that's what makes him a superhero. See, I knew this was gonna get the chat popping. The only way is if we consider Nick Fury a superhero. Theo, you heard the two different definitions of superhero, right? We don't consider Dum Dum Dugan a superhero. I don't consider anybody in the Howling Commandos a superhero. Not a superhero. Because they wasn't doing nothing that our grandfathers wasn't doing during World War One. Are the Harlem Hellfighters superheroes? Are the Tuskegee Airmen superheroes? We've had comic books about both. Well, according to my man I was talking to, Joe Louis is a superhero. So there you go. Nick Fury, a superhero post Infinity formula. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos was not post Infinity formula. That's Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. We talking about Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. That came before Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's nobody super powered in the Howling Commandos. Or there Howling Commandos with abilities that, like, can anybody in the Howling Commandos fight like Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi has superhuman skill. That's what it's been described as. And in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Shang-Chi is described as, while not superhuman, he has been able to face and defeat superhuman foes. While not superhuman, his skill is. That's the argument that I will present. And that's why we would consider Shang-Chi a superhero and Gabriel Jones not. Is that make sense? Just like Linnaeus and Blumenbach grouped all of Africa together. See, I told you, sure, Theo's still on it. If Bucky won't, he was trained by Cap. Okay, but nobody was checking for Bucky until he became the Winter Soldier. Because he was dead. We thought he was dead. Because for a long time, Bucky was that character that never came back. You know what I'm saying? Jean Grey came back. Everybody else came back. Bucky and Marvel never came back. Marvel came back, I think, once or twice through time travel, but that didn't feel genuine. You know what I mean? If Bucky wasn't, then Dick Grayson and Speedy weren't. See, Paul, that's what I'm saying. They may not be superhuman. That definition right there. I don't like the benevolent fictional character with superhuman powers definition. That's me. I don't feel like that adequately describes what a superhero is. The one I read to y'all about superpowers and or abilities. You know what I'm saying? An ability isn't a power. An ability can be something you learn. It can be something you're granted too, but an ability can be something you learn. I got the ability to lock people's arms up. That ain't superhuman. But most people can't do it. because most people don't study jujitsu or martial arts or no stuff like that. So that doesn't come second nature to them. If the Howling Commandos are an elite unit and they have more ability than everyone else, then Gabe is up there. What about Blue Marvel and Isaiah Bradley in the canonical timeline? Kamoyo, again, I am talking about in regular canon that hasn't been retconned or reimagined from 1961, where Marvel started to take off, to, I don't know, 70s, 80s. When did the first black superhero come out? Y'all consider people with super, and that's gonna go into my other one. People with no powers. We can name off all these black. He's black. He's black. He's black. He's black. He's black. What kind of powers they got? Are they powerful? Or are they just skilled or mid-level? Think about every black superhero you can name. Think about it. The ones with high-level powers, if they ain't mutants, you're going to run out real quick. The ones with high-level powers in Marvel, you're going to run out real quick. So, we disagree. T'Challa, the Black Panther, is not the first black superhero in Marvel Comics. That's what everybody says about Batman, his money. I think starting off, he's like way over skilled. I mean, because I guess it's a comic, so we can make up, it's fiction. So we can make up that a man can learn, no, not learn, master 127 martial arts. But stay focused. We talk about Marvel. We talk about Marvel. We talking about Marvel. Y'all all over the place. I got to reel y'all back in. Okay, is Cap a superhero? Is Cap a superhero? Yeah. Why wouldn't he be? He's literally been altered. I agree, Jeffrey. Batman is a vigilante just like Rorschach. Just because a person ain't superpowered don't mean they ain't dope. Just because a person ain't got superpowers don't mean we don't like buying their books. I bought Master of Kung Fu for years because Doug Minch writes a good story. And the art in it wasn't too bad either. And I'm into martial arts. So that was right up my alley. See what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Like Karate Kid from DC. He could stun a pre-crisis Superman. Abilities, skills. And again, we on DC still. But Karate Kid, why? Same boat as Shang-Chi, in my opinion. Okay? He ain't superhuman. You know what I'm saying? If a big marble slab falling at him, is he gonna catch it? Or is he gonna chop it in half? Or is he gonna do that? It's like Karnak. Karnak was transformed by Terrigen Mists. But he has skills. I feel like if you got extraordinary skill, yeah, that puts you in the superhero category. That puts you in the superhero category for sure. You know what I'm saying? Iron Fist, generally not superhuman, just highly skilled. But when he focuses that chi, he's doing stuff that normal human beings can't do. That's a superhero. All day, bro. Where the cap at? That's a superhero. Literally, the definition of a superhero. I will step backwards out of this argument. I like you, kid. Superpowers is all that makes a superhero. Then comics will eventually reach a dead end storytelling wise. Okay. For you, kid, because I like you. I'm going to read that definition one more time. Lost it here. Okay. You listening, kid? Okay. A superhero is a character that typically possesses superpowers, abilities, not necessarily powers. An ability can be a skill. Technology enables regular human beings to do things. Iron Man is a superhero all day. Take that suit off of him, he gets starched. Okay. Possesses superpowers, abilities beyond those of ordinary people, and fits the role of hero. That's a lot of superheroes without superpowers. So I'm not saying heroes with no powers aren't superheroes. Not what I'm saying. But how many people in this chat have read an issue of Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos? I have. How much superhuman stuff is going on in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos? How much high-level skill stuff is going on? You can give a comic book to non-superpowered characters. Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders was a comic book about Marines. Nobody's superpowered. Sergeant Rock over at DC. I know I said I want to talk about DC, but Sergeant Rock over at DC, the Men of Easy Company. You can make comic books about non-superpowered characters. Just like you can make comic books about superpowered characters, and you can make comic books about high-level skill and ability characters, high-tech wonders. Batman, high-tech wonder. Iron Man, high-tech wonder. Divest them of that equipment, Batman can still fight. But that might be Tony Stark's ass. You see what I'm saying? So, no shame in not having the power. Marvel Knights was a very successful line, and the people in that comic book, for the most part, not counting T'Challa, or Daredevil for that matter. See, Daredevil got a superpower, and it don't have nothing to do with strength. So it varies. Okay. Karate Kid has superhuman skill like Shang-Chi. And I consider both Val Armor and Shang-Chi superhuman or superheroes, Mario. I never forgave Marvel for killing Marvel. I didn't either. Funny, Bucky and Jason Todd came back around the same time in comics. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Yeah, now Jason popping Venom, so I agree because that definition rules out Tony Stark and James Rhodes. True, because What do we say about the Arsenal Roy Harper with the cybernetic arm? Theo, there are people walking around with cybernetic arms right now, but there are people walking around by definition. I mean, probably not as scientifically advanced. So, are you saying the fact that they have an artificial limb or the fact that they have a scientifically advanced artificial limb? There's a difference. Okay. Okay, I heard one person say it. Mario, Luke Cage came out in 1972. The Falcon came out in 1969. T'Challa came out in 1966. What superhero, by that definition, was around pre 1966? The Human Torch came before Black Panther, and he was played by Michael B. Jordan. Johnny Storm, final answer. Hi, Chillmonger. I had a big ear of corn appear in my head when you said that. But I see you. Cheese, more cheese, please. Batman's superpower is his plot armor. We'll go with that. Was Luke Cage the first black superhero? These Diesel, are you saying yes to Luke Cage was the first black superhero, or are you just saying yes to something that was said in the chat? Because Luke Cage was not the first black superhero. Cold Tiger, good evening. If you are talking about the definition of superhero, maybe the answer is no. Elaborate, Cold Tiger. I am not understanding what you're saying. Theo, because when they say his abilities, they say he has been enhanced to peak physical condition. I'm asking because we're drawing distinctions between power, skills, abilities, etc. Okay, Captain America has the ability to adapt to the opponent he's fighting so that he can eventually realize, recognize, and understand their fighting style naturally. Steve thinks faster than the average human being. While not superhuman, he again, he has done things, has displayed skill, has displayed abilities beyond what a normal human can do. And if you go with Ultimate Cap or Cinematic Cap, oh, good God. But we ain't going cinematic. So let's leave that alone. Extraordinary abilities. Yes, extraordinary abilities. That includes skills. And that also includes the ability to create technology that makes you superhuman. So, intellect could make you a superhero based on what you build or construct or utilize. It isn't necessarily about an innate, inborn, or, physical power. A hero, just asking. I consider Iron Fist and Misty Knight superheroes. Okay. T'Challa is recognized as the first black male hero with cosmic level powers will be Phastos, I believe. Okay, Ray Smith with the preemptive strike. I see you, dog. Kamoyo Kid, T'Challa is the greatest, but it is his intellect that is his greatest ability. I go with that, Kamoyo Kid. Nick upgraded when he got that formula. Yes, he did. I had the Sergeant Rock action figure. That's one more Sergeant Rock action figure than I had, Mario. Team 7. If only there was a Team 7 in 1966 that wasn't retconned in later. Funny how many non-powered beings led teams: Hawkeye, Batman, Black Widow, Nightwing, etc. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I do see a difference between a hero and a superhero. Yeah, because there is one. Chillmonger, Aretha Franklin's Respect. My interpretation is pretty loose when it comes to what defines a superhero. You take the law in your own hands. The only difference between hero and vigilante is public perception. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, D. Diesel. Okay, Theo. Okay. Let's slow down a little bit. Okay. You've heard the two definitions because it seems like that's where the disconnect is. One is a character with superhuman powers, abilities, and a desire to do good. That's a superhero in one definition. The other definition flat out simply says a being, a fictional character with superhuman powers like Superman, which Team 7, D. Diesel, has mutants, don't it? Aren't there mutants in Team 7? Aren't there? So yeah, they're not like the Howling Commandos. They are. I would wager they are a trifle better than the Howling Commandos, simply because. Now, what I'm saying, I'm not saying nobody's definition is wrong. What I am saying is, what definition are you going by to get the answers that y'all getting? Y'all going with that first one that says it's powers and abilities, or are you going with that second one that says it's just powers? Yeah, if you go with that second one that says it's just powers, then a crap ton of people ain't going to be considered superheroes. But abilities and skills can make a person superhuman or a superhero. That's all I'm saying. I would go with the first definition to define what a superhero is. While Gabriel Jones is skilled, Gabriel Jones ain't skilled to the level of a superhero. And how many comic books do we have about Gabriel Jones being a superhero in this era? Does Gabe Jones display superior abilities that nobody else on the Howling Commandos have? I know they're all specialists, but does he display abilities or powers that are beyond the purview of any other person in the Howling Commandos to easily obtain? I.e., skill, i.e., something you have to build, i.e., something you have to wear, something you have to construct. You know what I'm saying? Is Gabriel Jones doing any of that? So that's all I'm saying. Because I had a conversation with a dude yesterday, and that was the first thing out of his mouth. Gabe Jones. Gabe Jones, by definition, not a superhero, in my opinion. Joe Robertson definitely ain't a damn superhero. And a man with fighting skills and a spear. What else? What else you got? You run around in a loincloth. I don't get that part. But I kind of do. If you grew up in that era, or if you are an aficionado of jungle comics, then those jungle heroes are your idols. And for somebody to tell you a hero running around with a loincloth looking like an ignorant savage is disrespectful to Black people in print. in some instances, depending on how you draw it or how you make it look. If I want to be specific, I will call the people with powers superhero. But sometimes I call pro wrestling a sport just to be quick. Boy, you was on one today, chill. Because you ain't here all the time. I'm like, all right, this is fun. I gotta think about what you say. I like that. So okay. I'm not I am really not trying to argue with y'all. I mean, I'm with respect. I'm not trying or I'm not trying to devalue what you're putting in the chat. If some of us choose to go with definition 1, there are a lot of people who would be considered superheroes. If a lot of us choose to go with definition 2, a lot of us ain't gonna be superheroes. So if Nightwing isn't referred to as a superhero, does that make him any less cool? Does that make him any less skilled? If Damian Wayne is not referred to as a superhero, does that make him any less cool? Does that make him any well, Damian ain't cool. But and Paul Martin says there's the term adventurer also. And some superheroes are referred to as what Paul Martin said, costumed adventurers. Challengers of the unknown. That right there. Challengers of the unknown. I remember that comic. That's DC. Anyways, though. So are we online in this chat when we say are we of a like mind when we say T'Challa the Black Panther was the first black superhero in Marvel Comics? Is that a stretch? Is that too bizarre to understand or comprehend? If you don't stop it, Kamoyo, T'Challa didn't lose his powers in 1966. And when T'Challa lost his power, let's be honest, he still wielded mysticism. So he still had abilities that everybody else didn't have available to them. So that's my answer. I can do this all day. Hey, Captain America said that. Anyway, Paul Martin says yes, T'Challa was the first black superhero in Marvel Comics. Not the first African American. Oh, you were never confused on T'Challa being the first black Marvel superhero. That guy was gaslighting. Right. But there are a lot of people, D, like him, that say dumb shit. You know what I mean? And it's like somebody hears you say that, then they take your dumb shit as fact. That's dumb. Oh, you say it's expected. Okay. So, who is the most powerful black superhero in Marvel Comics? And to make y'all think a little harder, who is the most powerful black superhero that isn't Blue Marvel? Yes, D, that's exactly what he was doing. arguing for argument's sake. Because most people stop after 2 or 3 comments. My man went on for days, and I'm just like, he's a fool. Chillmonger easily. He's the most powerful black superhero. Oh. I could say something, but I ain't gonna say it because I'm nice. Anyway, so before we come again with these answers, powerful. Having or producing great force or energy. Very strong and muscular. Having a strong effect on people, their feelings and thoughts. I see Monica Rambeau. I see Photon, which is the same person. I see Manifold. I see Photon. I see Adam or Monica. So we look like we leaning towards Monica Rambeau, huh? Because yeah, she is capable of producing great force and energy. All energy on the electromagnetic spectrum. But after that power definition, it sounds like gentle. Okay. So gentle has the potential to square off against a Hyperion or a Sentry or a Hulk or Thor. If he can ever get that, oh, I can't handle a thing under control, or oh, it's too much, I'm about to have a heart attack and die. Maybe. Can we take them limitations off of them? You know what I mean? What about Storm? Nah, Monica wiped Storm out. That part, D. Gentle hasn't been around long enough for me to care. And so far, I haven't seen anything that puts him over a Monica Rambeau. What about Darwin? Being able to adapt to anything or most anything, powerful in and of itself. Does that take great force or energy? Does that take strength? He's very strong and muscular. I don't know. That's a good argument, kid. If I'm able to adapt to whatever you do, that makes me powerful. Hmm. I don't know if when I think most powerful, Darwin pops in my head. In fact, no, Darwin doesn't pop in my head when I think about the most powerful. You know what I mean? Because when I'm thinking powerful, I'm thinking power. You know what I'm saying? Being able to generate force. Okay, I can generate whatever's directed against me. You know, because what can, without something to adapt to, is he still powerful? You know? Monica Rambeau just standing around is powerful, not doing nothing. She's powerful. She can at any moment just I can bust out and do some powerful stuff. And then I would even go so far as to say, okay, Chillmonger said Manifold earlier. At least Manifold, he covered vast distances. Um, that is a powerful ability. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no place you can't traverse, essentially. I mean, but is that the most powerful power to have? I don't know. Back in the day, when I would have these conversations with people, it was all about muscle. And so I would say people like Hulk, Hercules, Thor. But as I got older and, figured, okay, there are finesse powers that can outdo physical powers, like Doctor Strange. Like while Iron Man ain't powerful himself, he can make armors to rival gods, to rival the Hulk, to rival anybody. So powerful? What are we talking about when we say powerful? Again, it's the same thing with superhero. He wasn't a hero, but do y'all remember this black kid with high-level reality warping powers? Think first appeared in Marvel 2 in 1 annual. Reality warping powers. That seems vaguely familiar, Paul. I'm gonna research that. Cold Tiger said Magneto. Yeah. So when did Magneto become black? Okay, he was most powerful black superhero. But Magneto is very powerful. I agree. That it? Because right now, out of all of these people that's been named so far, I feel like Photon could give all of them a good fight. Except maybe Magneto, who also has control over the electromagnetic spectrum. Let us not forget that. I remember the book that you're talking about. I want to say that was an X Factor annual, is what I'm thinking. Because I remember the kid. It was like some like frog entity or something like that was kind of talking to him, is in his ear on the side like Jiminy Cricket guiding him, that kind of a thing. Yeah, I remember that. I'm talking in terms of power with no muscles, non-black. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree 100%. Magneto, top 5 as far as power. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was an X Factor annual, Paul. I am almost certain of that. Okay. So we disagree with Monica Rambeau. Yes or no? Monica Rambeau, yes or no? Or are we going with Manifold or Gentle? Now, you're not just saying that to agree with me, or okay, because I know, and that's why I said besides Blue Marble Kid, because I know 9 times out of 10, if I hadn't, and I'm not trying to give parameters to guide you anywhere, but I know 9 times out of 10, most people would have been Blue Marble, right off the top. You know, and I say that to say how many black superheroes that are truly powerful in the Marvel universe are there out there? And if they are, how come we don't play up the more powerful aspect of them? You know what I'm saying? We make Adam Brashear for the most part a pacifist. But he done one shot at the Hulk. He done beat down Hyperion and the Sentry and the Avengers. Oh, I'm a pacifist, but I don't fight. Word, G? Okay, so the power couple. The power couple. Boo Marvel and Monica. Okay, most powerful characters. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if they get treated like that. Or do we keep going with Heralds of Galactus and some mutant or other? You know, let us have our shine. Let us have our shine. Just a little bit of shine. Let us glimmer. We ain't got to shine. Just let us glimmer. You know what I'm saying? Let a brother be a glimmer man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Two more topics I want to cover and then I'm out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay. Normally, I'm not tripping on the MCU. I'm not studying the MCU. I'm not checking for the MCU. I hear you, Paul. I hear you, Paul. Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all rock with the MCU still, and y'all go out and y'all pay money to see MCU movies, and I'm not faulting anybody that does. If you still are rocking with Marvel and Disney, cool beans. If you not, welcome. Um, um, Future Fight. Yeah, I played that a couple times. I'm a Contest of Champions guy. I'll be glad when they get Blue Marvel on Contest of Champions. But like I was saying, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Fans are praising the film, but I'm like, I don't care. James Punn has done enough damage to those characters. I was reading on IMDb, they are loading Guardians of the Galaxy 3 down with characters. You got the High Evolutionary. You got the cinematic Guardians of the Galaxy. You got the comic book accurate Guardians of the Galaxy. You got High Evolutionary. You got it's a pretty loaded cast. I wouldn't say it's like Avengers Endgame loaded, but it might be like Captain America Civil War loaded. You know, I've even seen hints that Moondragon is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. How cool would it be to see Moondragon, oh bald head Moondragon, and she doing martial arts too? Nothing in Phase 4 has rewatchability. No, it doesn't. Hey, Grandma Adam, how you doing? I'm glad you made it, ma'am. Adam Warlock is lame as expected. I was about that close to buying that action figure, but I opted out. I'm like, nah, because I found a cooler action figure for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm gonna show you in a minute. But low key, everything said and done, I think that movie's actually gonna be good and it's gonna do numbers. That don't mean I'm going to it or that I'm paying my money for it. But if I do check it out, it won't be on my dime. Put it like that. To be honest, the only MCU Guardians that don't irk me are Rocket and Groot. Okay, well, see how you feel about them Sylvester Stallone led Guardians. See how see how they well Ravagers, but technically it's still the Guardians. Grand Madam is here. Suddenly the place is lovelier. It is. It is. We like having you here. Your your estrogen calms everything down in here because these mugs was ooh. I'm a superhero. I'm not a superhero. Yeah, I do a superhero. Shut up, D-Real. You know what I'm talking about. It was fun though. I like exchanging with y'all. Um, so that's all I really had to say about Guardians of the Galaxy. Y'all kind of just was like, D started it. Man, I like everybody in the chat. That isn't always the case all the time. I just don't say it out loud. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you drop your tablet, Grand Madam. But yeah, I mean, y'all come in here and y'all respectful. And even when y'all disagree, you're respectful. I wish the whole planet was like y'all. How did I like the Chiefs draft? If I'm being honest, we didn't really need nobody. Maybe a D tackle or two to compliment Chris. Young secondary. Young. I mean, for the most part, our team is super young, and yeah. I'm that end the local boy that got I like him. He's okay, but he's got to prove himself to me. Yeah, Steelers, y'all did something. Oh, hey, Keita. See, more women. I like that. Real quick, y'all. If y'all like Screw Guardians, I'm with you. But look what they came out with. Yondu Udanta, the real Yondu Udanta. Now, the only question I have about that is, why do we have this figure? Why do we have this figure? And I'll be honest with you. I didn't really Sylvester is Starhawk. Exactly. That's my whole thing. I didn't like what they did with Yondu cinematically. Yeah, Diesel, the real Yondu. You know what I mean? Let's bust Yondu out. Take a look at Yondu Udanta. And I mean, he would have been just as cool if he had arrows made out of the Yaka metal, which is sound sensitive, and he can whistle. And he could have still done that. I don't see what the problem was. I do see what the problem was. It was people that wanted to follow an agenda, and so they followed that agenda. Well, respect the Mohawk. I wish the Starjammers were in Guardians as a rival team, and not just that would be interesting. Okay, yeah, this is that plastic stuff. They're practically hermetically sealing the things. Michael Rooker would have made a great white Nick Fury. Oh, snap. You got to put the fin on, bruh. You got to put the fin on. Okay. I see how it go. You got to throw that fin on. Hang on. We going to hook Yondu. Yondu got a pack of accessories, which is a bow, a quiver, and the fin. Let's see if I feel right. We got a bow. We got a quiver. And a fin. Let's put that sucker on. So Yondu can be Yondu, and Yondu can do what Yondu do. Did I do that the right way? Yeah, I did that the right way. It's supposed to be sticking up. Something about that don't look right. I get that how it's supposed to be. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. I see you. Yes. So, and then Quiver. I guess I could cock it to the side since his fin would be in the way if I didn't. So that's a nice accessory. He's even got his Guardian star. True Guardians. And Yondu with his bow. You could. You could. You could make that into Eve Ewing's Black Panther, probably. More than likely. Yeah. Oh, even comes with a random era. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is. I like the way Yadu Danta before he got murderized. Oh, did I just do that? Ladies and gents, I give it to you. There you go. Your guardian of the galaxy, Yondu Danta. Another Mary Poppins, y'all comment. Okay, so there's Yondu. And then for you Yo Joe fans, I got this one right here. Barbecue. Y'all remember Barbecue? And Barbecue has surprisingly more accessories. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Barbecue. Okay, Mr. Barbecue gonna need scissors. Yo Joe. That's a nice figure, bro. Bull, you talk about the potential for customization. I see about 4 characters I could make out of just this one. And then some originals that I could do. He almost looks like a mini Kree Sentry. Yeah, that is Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. And with a name like Barbecue, that whole box is accessories. Ooh, got the Yo Joe paper. Look at that. He said a Udon Taskmaster. You guys are sharp. I like hanging out with y'all. So I guess everybody's trying to be environmentally conscious. Oh, do I need to open that? Good gravy, Batman. Okay, there we go. What does Barbecue got? Of course, Barbecue is a fireman. So he's got a maul and he's got a hatchet, which I assume he can use offensively as well as to help him during a fire. And so I'm going to put the X's in his hand. So this is real time. I think that one goes over here. Let's put it over here. Y'all like, hurry up, D. What's taking you so long? Man, sometimes them hands, they don't be wanting to cooperate sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't be wanting to cooperate. I'm like, bruh, what's your problem? So he could go into action as a crazy ex murderer, a off-brand weird ex murderer that likes you, Don, as my man Caballo said. So there he is, double axing it. Those nice little actions, and he's he's got a little bit of yeah. He's not as articulated as I would like. I don't know if that's 22 points of articulation, but I don't know if I be that crazy about all that. But here, he's called barbecue for a reason. So let's see about this barbecue. My man got a flamethrower. And that flamethrower fits right on his back. Somebody try and call me. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, he's got tubes, hooking up tubes. Got a freezer full of meat. Okay. Oh, you already ready for Memorial Day, huh? Hey, bruh. Kansas City till I die, bro. Kansas City till I die. You know we barbecuing something. Got some partners coming up from Kansas City here in a couple weeks. I'm gonna give them the Alaskan experience. Of course, we're gonna have us a little barbecue cook-off. Why not? Everybody from Kansas City, everybody know how to burn. You know what I mean? So we're gonna put that on. Show them how we get down in the town with that barbecue, man. I might even do a little live, you know what I'm saying? And have y'all check me out when am I roasting caribou and moose? If I did, it'd be the best damn caribou and moose you ever had in your life. But there my man go. Barbecue said he go barbecue too. So, you got the cord to hook up. I put it around here because this hand was more amenable to holding the flamethrower. So there you go. Pork butt. Keita, you like pork butt? I like pork butt too. Now you got me wondering about, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But those are the two figures that I copped. And that's my live action figuring for Yondu, and barbecue. So yeah, there we go. Guardians of the Galaxy and G.I. Joe. Deer. Moose has a gamey taste like deer. But it's infinitely better. Moose sausages, mwah. Reindeer sausage, mwah. Great stuff. Great stuff. I won't eat bear though. Something about bear just don't sit right with it, brother. Every time I see one of those big bastards, I think, look at all that food running around. Oh, you put it's folks here to go hunting, and they bring down one moose, bring down a buck. They got a set of antlers and meat for the rest of the year. Oh yeah. It's good though. Yeah, I don't eat bear. I never ate bear. I don't plan to. But look here, y'all. Guess what? Ooh, y'all done had me on here hour and 45 minutes messing around with y'all. Snake is okay. All right. Y'all, y'all done lost me. I'm good on the snakes, bears. Oh my. Look here, y'all. It has been hour 45. I'm about to slide up out this piece. Thank y'all for coming. Snake or squirrel? Neither. Thank y'all for coming out and rocking with a brother and being them folks that don't show me nothing but love, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all in the chat. Yes, Keita, I like rabbit. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you on good night. No, I'm not gonna give you no Russell Simmons party. I'm out of here. Be looking forward for some videos. I'm gonna drop a couple videos Friday. My baby girl got a prom Saturday, and I got a whole bunch of stuff going on Saturday, so I may not throw anything up on Saturday. Other than that, though, y'all be good. Be good to each other, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.